From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Good morning. It is Monday, October 27th, 6 o'clock here on This Morning.
A lot of green in the morning drive. We'll see if it stays that way with Tara Hastings. She'll join us in just 1 minute.
Marcus Bailey here says today's going to be the best day of the week.
I think yes.
You said it, and now you're like confused.
Right, yes, I was just agreeing with you.
Okay, all right.
Like, yeah, but carrying over what was actually a pretty nice day. Yeah. Yesterday, we ended up hitting the mid-60s. I know the clouds kind of rolled in near kind of the end of the Colts game, but dry, wasn't super windy, and so we'll take that here. I think we get that today. It gets a little iffy here by midweek here, and that's what we'll have to watch with rain, with wind. It gets kind of nasty here. We'll walk you through that. But no problems this morning out the door. Lower to mid-40s. Anderson, Greenfield, Fishers, Noblesville at 41. Shelbyville at 44. Franklin sitting at 43 degrees here down in Johnson County this morning. Cool spots up in northeastern and northern Indiana, 37 in Fort Wayne, 39 in South Bend, 40 in Muncie, 49 in Bloomington. We do have some lower 50s down along the Ohio River for this morning. Now, big picture. Satellite and radar, we got big ridge of high pressure up in Canada, rain down to our south. That is trying to move north, but it's kind of fighting against the dry air from Canada here, at least for today. Now, at some point, this system, this trough, this will strengthen, it will win out, and rain will overtake the state. But I think it's going to take at least a day and a half for that to fully happen across much of our state. Today, temperatures will be very similar to yesterday and slightly above average. 54 at noon, 63 for your high under a partly cloudy sky. Normal high around 61, so we're not far off from that. I mentioned rain chances. Could happen as early as, at least here in the metro area, tomorrow, but definitely Wednesday and Thursday look pretty ugly. We should hopefully move this out in time for Halloween. We'll talk about how much rain we're looking at midweek and a look ahead to that Halloween forecast coming your way in just a few minutes. Tara has a look at traffic this morning. Good morning, Tara.
Hey, good Monday morning, Marcus. It is 6:02 right now. Do want to let you know there's a new lane configuration over on the northeast side. This happened this weekend. This is I-69 right around 465. So the headlights that you are seeing, new configuration here for those southbound lanes and also the northbound lanes. This is Benford Boulevard over there on the right where you see that one little car going northbound, those tail lights. That is northbound Benford onto I-69 northbound. So heads up there. Traffic watch map presented by Attorney Nathaniel Lee Costello and Feigley. All of the interstates look okay. Looks like we had a new incident pop up over in the city's west side. I'll take a look at that here coming up in about 10 minutes, but it doesn't look like we're seeing too much delays out there at all. Everything is in the green. North split, south split, all coming in good. Northwest side, I-65 near 865. Both directions of I-65 look good as you are coming in, making your way into the city. Your drive times on the northwest side, 18 minutes, 65, Zionsville, Whitestown to Indy. A 10-minute morning commute on Zionsville Road, Main Street to 62nd, and Michigan Road, Zionsville to I-65. Right now it's 16 minutes.
Punt, and it's Colts ball at the 20. Here's Jonathan Taylor on first down. Big hole. JT in the open field. Down the sideline. Staying in bounds. Still going. Taylor. The distance.
Jonathan Taylor's 80-yard touchdown run is the longest of his NFL career, vaulting the Colts to victory and Taylor toward team history. The jaunt prompted chants of MVP from the crowd as Indianapolis demolished the Titans. We'll look at where Taylor stands in team history in a moment. First, the game, which ended in a 38-14 Colts blowout.
News 8's Andrew Chernoff was there and has a reaction to the running back's performance and the team extending its hot start.
The Colts continue to cruise. They beat the Titans by 24 points here on Sunday afternoon to improve to 7-1 on the season. It remains the best record in the NFL. The story of this one, once again, running back Jonathan Taylor, who accounted for 3 total touchdowns and rushed for over 150 yards.
Year 3 in the system for a lot of these guys, and they're starting to gel, and a lot of them have been here playing together, communication piece of it, and then obviously adding Daniel to the fold and his experience and his knowledge of the game, and getting a tight end like Tyler Warren in the first round to help that part of the game. It's been great.
When you're able to make plays in both the run game and the pass game, defenses can't key on one yeah, so I think it's a huge deal to be able to do both, and we've got to continue to work and progress both of them along the way.
It just puts a bigger target on our back, which we understand and which we accept, and we understand we're going to get everyone's best shot. So we got to come in each and every single week, look each other in the eyes, figure out how do we get better, how do we stay from getting complacent, because it's only going to get harder from here.
Humble and hungry. I think Shane and the staff has all kept us, in the mindset of approaching the game with humility and just trying to, the stakes are getting higher every single week. We know the target is on our back to come out and give everybody best versus us.
7-1 is great, but we want to be 16-1, I guess. Yeah. So and we want to go further than that. So at the end of the day, you can't just dwell on this. Be happy about it till tomorrow, and then on to the Steelers.
The Colts are now 5-0 when playing here inside Lucas Oil Stadium this season, but they'll have to wait a minute until their next game inside this building. The next time the Colts hit the field here will be over a month from now, November 30th, when they host the Texans. In Indianapolis, Andrew Chernoff, Wish TV, and WishTV.com.
Every time Lenny Moore was given the ball, it was the beginning of a unique adventure, a classic in cleats.
Captured here in classic NFL film style, Lenny Moore now has company in Colts history. 2 of Jonathan Taylor's 3 touchdowns came on the ground, tying him with Moore's 63 career rushing TDs, tops all time for the Colts franchise. Moore is still well ahead in total touchdowns when you add in receiving and return TDs. He had 111 in his career from 56 to 67. Taylor has 70 in his first 6 seasons.
6:06 this morning. It's day 27 of the federal government shutdown. There's been little movement in talks to open the government back up. News 8's government reporter Garrett Berquist spoke to Democratic Congressman Andre Carson and Republican Senator Jim Banks about the gridlock.
Carson and Banks blame each other's parties for the impasse.
This is a Republican shutdown. Republicans have control of the House, the Senate, and the White House.
This isn't a partisan spending bill. The spending bill that we have on the table right now is what Democrats voted for back in March.
The shutdown is now having real-world consequences. On Friday, most federal workers missed their first full paycheck since the shutdown began. Indiana is home to about 24,000 federal employees. And this weekend, the USDA announced there will be no Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program benefits for November. Payout dates vary by state, so SNAP funding for Indiana doesn't run out until November 5th. Senate Democrats continue to vote against reopening the government because they want to extend tax credits for people who buy health insurance through the Affordable Care Act marketplace. Republicans, in turn, keep voting against Democratic-backed funding proposals.
That's just the sad part about it is the politics is getting in the way of taking care of the people, especially our troops who deserve to be paid the most.
Banks tells me he's open to negotiating over the health care subsidies, but that should be part of long-term budget negotiations, not short-term funding resolutions. Carson has told me he does not trust Republicans to honor that kind of promise. He says Democrats in the House are ready to work with Republicans if they decide to vote on a new spending plan.
Republicans have yet to officially call a session, but next week is a scheduled voting week. And our staffers aren't being paid, nor are Republican staffers being paid. Enough is enough.
I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
The USDA says it will not use $5 billion in contingency funds to pay for federal food benefits like SNAP passed this Friday.
The administration is also using the USDA website in the political blame game. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez says that part of the story. What's the site say?
So it claims that Democrats are holding out for what the message calls health care for illegal aliens, among other issues. Meanwhile, Democrats say they oppose the funding bills because they don't extend tax credits to insurance policies under the Affordable Care Act that help lower premiums. Despite Republicans having control of both the House of Representatives and the Senate, the USDA message says that Senate Democrats have voted against the funding 12 times now. The note reads in part, bottom line, the well has run dry. At this time, there will be no benefits issued November 1st. We are approaching an inflection point for Senate Democrats. On Friday, an internal memo within the USDA surfaced revealing that the agency would not use roughly $5 million in emergency funds to keep food benefits flowing. Democratic lawmakers and other assistance advocates have appealed to Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins to use those funds during the shutdown. However, the memo claims that those funds are not legally available and instead are meant for helping in the case of a natural disaster. Last week, we heard from Gleaner's Food Bank CEO Fred Glass about the potential of funding running out for these programs.
Real Hoosiers are going to be in real pain because of this really unnecessary shutdown of government services that we're suffering through right now.
1 in 8 Americans rely on SNAP benefits to help them buy groceries. Also last week, the Indiana Family Social Services Administration told News 8 that it could fund these programs within the state until November 5th. Coming up, you'll hear more from our All Indiana Politics panel about these food assistance programs running out of funding. I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Non-breaking news, police have arrested a person after crashing a car into an elementary school on the city's north side. IMPD was called just before 2:15 this morning to Spring Mill Elementary School on 82nd and Spring Mill Road. Officers found a car crashed through the school's front door. Police say the driver remained on the scene and was arrested on a preliminary charge of operating a vehicle while intoxicated. News 8 has reached out to Washington Township schools to see whether the school will be open as normal today. We're still waiting to hear back. No arrests have been made in a deadly shooting in the Crown Hill neighborhood. IMPD says the shooting happened on Illinois Street near 36th around 4 yesterday morning. Officers found a man who had been shot and say he later died at a hospital. IMPD has not said what may have led to the gunfire.
6:11, no word yet on arrests for gunshots fired outside an Eastside Indianapolis grocery store. Happened early yesterday afternoon in the parking lot of the 10th Street Kroger. Video shows the scene a few hours later. Investigators have not said what may have led to the gunfire. Through a spokesperson, Kroger says no one is hurt. The statement also says the safety of our associates and customers is a core value at Kroger. We are working closely with police to investigate the matter and will defer to detectives to provide any updates, if any. It is 11 minutes after 6 o'clock and 43 degrees downtown.
0-3 ahead, while Pacers coach Rick Carlisle says he's still confident despite a rocky start to the season.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.